Welcome back to Tsongas Center in Lowell, Massachusetts, where after one period of play, the Buffalo Beauts lead the Boston Pride by a score of 2-0. Hi, everybody. I'm Phil Jubileo, and right now we are joined by the commissioner of the NWHL, Dani Rylan. Dani, well, congratulations on another season in the books for the National Women's Hockey League, another exciting campaign. We nearly saw a perfect regular season from Boston. And right now, I think anything is a surprise when you look at the score after one period of play, and it's Buffalo up by 2.
Yeah, it's been an exciting game, and it's really been an exciting season. You know, I think every game that the Pride have played in, or a majority of them, they've always been close games, and to see that parity in the league is very important to us. And so it was a good way to end the regular season with a Riveters win against the Pride, and then and it's always good to see a close playoff game here. So with 40 minutes left, I'm sure it's still anybody's game.
Now, Buffalo on Friday night with a shocking upset win. I don't think on paper anyone expected them to go to New Jersey and beat the Riveters the way they did, 4-2. Great play on both sides of the ice, an exciting, compelling game. Buffalo's taken that into tonight, and that really is a microcosm of this season. I know the record for Boston has been a bit lopsided, but we've seen some really exciting play and some big highlights during the course of this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun playoff hockey. Like you said, it's anyone's game, and you know, if I was a betting woman, I'd say there's never a safe bet in the NWHL because it's really anyone's game.
Let's look back at some of the highlights of this season. One of the things that really made this a fun campaign, I think, you go back to the first All-Star Classic last year up in Buffalo, and now a neutral site. It was in Pittsburgh back in February, a sold-out All-Star game, just an exciting atmosphere and a ton of work to get that all put together. Tell us about some of the work behind the scenes to put that event together and just how well it came off.
Yeah, right from the get-go, the Pittsburgh Penguins were amazing partners. You know, from the first inquiry about ice time to the very last autograph signed in their entryway of the players. I mean, they were just absolutely amazing. Supported us from the get-go, and then just the game itself was so much fun. The players were really putting everything into it. Sometimes when you think of All-Star games, you think, oh, just out for a casual Sunday skate, but I mean, this was something was on the line, and they were playing hard, and it was fun to see the fans into it as well. You know, oohing and awing and getting out of their seats, and then the skills competition too, where we get to do things that are a little different. We don't always get to see like the hardest shot, for example, and it was great to see Bozak take a slap shot, the Bose bomb come out during that first period there. So yeah, I mean, the event in Pittsburgh was really a great milestone for the season, and we're hoping we get to go back to Pittsburgh again soon.
Well, you know, that's one of the things you talked about late in the year, moving ahead to the third season of the NWHL. Some possible neutral site games, and I'm sure nothing's finalized yet, but just the opportunity to take the regular season to some other markets.
Yeah.
You know, talk a little bit about how that developed and, you know, what that might mean for some women's hockey fans in other markets.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing a lot of research and modeling the women's hockey fan base, and it is larger than the Northeast region. And so for us to be able to kind of hone in on those sites that will potentially be good expansion cities or just good markets to bring a satellite game to is important to us. And you know, just going to Pittsburgh alone, our fan base grew on social media by 15% in 1 month. So it was really it was pretty fascinating to see that almost immediate return from growing the game and going to a new market.
You know, finally, for Dani Rylan, the NWHL commissioner, you talk about growing the game. We got to see some new players late in the season, a couple of them in this game. Mary Parker out of Boston University for the Pride. You've got Northeastern's Haley Scamora, and talk about Scamora, you know, really injecting a lot of energy into this Buffalo team. She's a big reason why they're here in this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is her third game as a Butte, and she's definitely been a difference maker for them, and like you said, bringing that energy. And it's exciting for us, for these NCAA players, to have the opportunity to continue their career when they're done with their collegiate career. So for them to you know, make an immediate impact on their teams is fun to watch.
Well, Dani, I don't know how you do it, the tireless commissioner of the NWHL. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Phil.
We're through one period of play. We'll come back with the second right after this. You are watching the Isobel Cup Championship on abcnews.com and the ABC News app.